EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martin here with your outlook for July 10th, 2020. We have Tropical Storm Fay that we'll be dealing with today. That's going to bring parts of the region, anyway, some heavier rain and some breezy conditions. Not overly strong is this tropical storm. It's rather weak in terms of intensity. We're expecting the highest winds to get up to about 50 miles per hour or so. Started off as it was classified yesterday at 5 p.m. at 45 miles per hour. So not much in the way of intensification of this system as it moves up the coast here. And it's going to be moving rather quickly. This is not going to be something hanging around. So it might not be your prototypical tropical system that you might be used to when you see these big storms come crawling across the Atlantic for 7 days, and it gets near the coast and it kind of stalls or slows down. This isn't anything like that. This is just a quick-moving tropical storm that is going to move through our region, mainly during the day today. Some of it will linger into the evening for areas further north, but other than that, it should be gone for everywhere as we get past midnight tonight. So early this morning, we have the initial wave coming in here from Fay, and that is going to be felt across southern New Jersey and Delaware. And as we progress through the day, you're going to see that heavy rain move off to the north with this system. Again, it's going to be mainly far eastern Pennsylvania, most of New Jersey, Delaware that get hit the hardest as far as rain is concerned. But even there, because it's so fast moving, this is not, and it's not super strong. It's only a minimal tropical storm, so it's not going to be something that's just going to dump and dump and dump. Okay, so it's going to be in and out today, and we still can get some decent rain amounts with this as it moves off to the north. I'll get to that in a second. But again, this is going to move off rather quickly, and then we'll have an opportunity for some scattered thunderstorms late in the day here on Saturday as a front tries to work through. Look, might hold off until the overnight hours, but I want to get to the NAM high-res future simulated radar, and start this off at 8 o'clock in the morning. You can see some heavier rain across Delaware, southern New Jersey. This is going to continue to work its way northward today, and it's going to spread into the interior as well. So it's not just going to be confined to the far eastern areas. There was a speculation about that all week of how far west this would get, or how far west the precipitation edge would get, the western edge of the precipitation. It does look like it's going to come a little bit further west here, but there's still a limit to how far the heaviest gets. And as we get into about noon here, you can see across most of southeast PA, central, and still southern New Jersey. And it's starting to approach the Lehigh Valley here at this point. And then that's in there in the early afternoon hours. So it'll head up through those areas and into the Poconos as we progress through the afternoon. And then we get to early evening. This is 8 p.m. This is already starting to pull away. And here's 9, here's 10, here's 11, and here's midnight. So it's pretty much after midnight, that's gone. Okay, so that's it for that system. And as far as rain totals for this that we project, this is our projections here. I just want to see if I can, well, is this going to work? Okay. Now I cut this off on purpose, the legend here. Just want to show you the map. If you did not see this, it's on our Facebook page. I did not put this on the weather alerts page. I didn't have time to do that yesterday. But I did have it in an article form that was linked to the Facebook page. So if you don't have Facebook, you don't have Twitter, you didn't see this. So this is what it looks like. This is our storm total rain expectations. It's going to be heaviest right along the shore points. This purple area here is 1.5 to 2.5 inches, with locally higher amounts to 3 inches possible. That's going to be right along the shore points from Delaware all the way up to New York City. This large red area in between here is 1 to 1.5 inches of rain with locally higher amounts possible. And then there's a pretty sharp cutoff as you head west. This is an inch or a half inch to 1 inch here in the yellow, and a quarter to a half inch in the area of green here in A. Areas west of here are most likely under a quarter, and it's still possible you can get something out here, but it's going to be under a quarter inch of total accumulation, and no big deal there. So a sharp cutoff west to east here with those precipitation totals. That's what we project as far as rain is concerned, and it's really going to be the primary impact. There could be some wind right along the coast here. I think these coastal regions here, east of that line here, you could get some gusts here that are going to be generally 35. These are gusts now, not sustained winds. But you have some 35 to 45 mile per hour winds out in these areas. And in the interior, we can get some gusts that are generally 20 to 30. Okay, so it's not going to be too high here in the interior, northwest of that line. I think it's really just down by the shore points that you have that issue. And because of the onshore flow, you could have some minor beach erosion as the system pulls away. But I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal there. Wave heights are going to be generally 6 to 8 feet. So it's a little bit higher than average, but it's nothing crazy. Okay, so that is the deal with today. And then once we get into Saturday, again, there's going to be a cold front approaching here late in the day. There could be some scattered thunderstorms, widely scattered thunderstorms, and that might go into the overnight period, or at least part of it, before that clears out. And then we're going to turn our attention to Sunday here. Those models are starting to bring this back in here on Sunday. So we left lower chances of scattered showers for the northern areas here, mainly here on Sunday. Not impossible to get something further south, but looks like it's just a lower chances for precipitation as this low pressure moves off to the north, and this is going to clip the northern areas, it looks like, on the way out here. So Sunday is not completely dry for the northern areas, but for the southern areas, it should remain that way. Just a stray shower further south. But otherwise, Saturdays and Sundays are going to be back in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees both days, depending where you're at. And then we get to Monday. We have an isolated thunderstorm possibility. There's a cold front coming at us here. This is a rather weak cold front, but ahead of it you have these scattered showers and thunderstorms out in these regions here, are actually isolated. And that cold front is going to do nothing other than lower temperatures by about 2 degrees or so, maybe from upper 80s to mid 80s here on Tuesday, but the humidity is going to lower for a day, and then wind shift to the southwest right after that. We get into some really hot temperatures as we get into mid to late week, with low to mid 90s expected both Wednesday and Thursday. Maybe some scattered thunderstorms later Thursday. We'll cross that bridge when we get there next week. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Marchers. That is your outlook for July 10th, 2020. Have a great Friday.